Hello everyone. We're here today in DaVinci Resolve 18 once again. We're going to make a scrolling billboard with a solid font and a copy of that same font with just the outline. And it'll be going two different directions. If you don't know me yet, I have to use this on-screen keyboard. I try to let everybody know the reason why I have to use it's because health reasons. I cannot use my hands, so I can't use a regular keyboard. So it'll be in the way a little bit, but I'll do my best to keep it out of the way. With that said, let's get started. We got to bring a fusion composition down the timeline. If you don't have all this open, your effects, go up to the top left. Then go down to effects and grab a fusion composition. You can leave it at 5 seconds long, or you can make it as long as you want. I'm going to make mine 10. But 5 is good. Make sure your playhead's over it and head down to Fusion. We have our typical media out. If you're not familiar with the with Fusion, we've got a toolbar here. And we're going to start with the 2D text, which is over here on the left. And then you're going to want to put something in there, just one word probably. I'm just going to make it with my name. Drag it into the right viewer. On the H anchor, select the left one, the first one. So the red arrow lines up with the left side of the text. You want to go with a quite bold text for this. You want to take about 1/3 of the screen with your text. Yeah, probably put it right about there. And go back to to viewer. We want to make an instance with this text here. So right click, go up and copy. You can use your keyboard shortcuts too. I can't do that. Click right here where make sure nothing's selected. Right click, paste instance. Now an instance, if you don't already know, is just a carbon copy of whatever you took it off of, which in this case is the text. Just a carbon copy of that text right there. With that said, we do have to de-instance a couple things. First, let's drag this instance into the left viewer. Then connect the two. And it'll automatically make a merge. And drag that to the right viewer. Anything you move in one of these will move in the other. It'll copy itself at this point. As you can see up in the viewer. Okay, now we have to select the instance node. Go to layout. Right click center and de-instance. Go to shading. Go down to appearance. And de-instance. And then select that. Now if you look in your left viewer, you'll just have an outline of what you have in the right viewer. Select your text node. Shift spacebar. A tool menu will pop up and we want duplicate. We want this one. So click it a couple times. And then go up in the inspector under copies and change it from 2 to 3. And then you can either grab your center X value and slide it to the right, or you can grab a little anchor in the middle and do it. And take it right about there. Now you want to get on your duplicate. Right click. Copy. And paste. If you don't already know, just hit the shift key, hold it down, hover your node over the line, and when it changes colors, just let go. It's a good idea to double check it and make sure it took. Okay, now we're going to do another duplicate node right here. Okay, make sure you click on it. Being I double clicked on it, it automatically put it down there. Now I'll just hit cancel. And it's right here. Go up in the inspector and change copies to 3 again. Okay, now go back to your instance. Then go up to the inspector to the layout tab. Then go to center, y-axis. And you can change the value to lower the text. And take your Y value in the layout tab under center and bring it down to right about where I have it. About one of the squares. Okay, I think that'll work right there. Drag your last duplicate up in the right viewer. Then grab the anchor and drag it down. Or up in the inspector, you can use the Y value of the center. Just space them out fairly even. I like to look at it in full viewer, that way you can tell. Okay, now we'll animate this. And select your first duplicate node. And then select the transform. And it'll automatically be piped in. Up in the inspector, if you move the center X, you'll see the solid text is moving. Set it back to double click on it, make sure it's back at 0.5. If you check that, make sure the playhead is at frame 0. Keyframe that center value. Move your playhead to frame 5. Then go to the center X value and put in 0.51. And you'll notice they all shifted a little bit in the viewer. You can check it with the playhead. It's set a keyframe. Now I'll animate it. Instead of animate this all the way across with keyframes, there's a much easier way to do it. Go up in the spline. Make sure that transform's selected. And go over here to zoom to fit. Highlight them both. And come down here at the bottom to set relative. Now it'll just keep rotating. But as you see here, we have blank spots following. So go back in the inspector under edges and select wrap. And now we have it continuous. Just close the spline for a moment. Select your second duplicate node. And another transform. Make sure your playhead's at frame 0. And now if you go up to the inspector under center X, the other ones will move, the outline text. And be sure to set that back at 0.5. Set a keyframe. Go to frame 5. Now type in 0.49. That value on both these is just to get it moving in the direction we want it. Now this is going to go left. So once again, go back up in the spline. Be sure to select Transform 2 in the spline. Then go over to zoom to fit. Same thing. Make sure both keyframes are highlighted. Go down here to set relative. And if you look here, we have the same issue. Let's go back into the inspector under edges. And select wrap. You can close the spline if you'd like. Now connect the duplicate node into the media out. And we'll go back up to the edit page. Be sure to set your cache as smart. Let it render out. And we can also put a background under it. We'll use a solid color generator. There you go. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.